Alright then gang, so at the minute our project is using dummy data that we've defined ourselves in our Vue components, and that's fine, but when we go to production typically that data is going to be stored in some kind of database. Now I did say at the start of this series I'm not going to delve too deeply into any kind of data storage or data structure or anything like that, but what I do want to do is introduce you to hooking this application up to a Firebase Firestore database. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So first of all, what is Firebase and what is Firestore? Well, Firebase is a service provided by Google, and it provides us with a backend as a service to our application. So we don't need to set up a server of our own to do any kind of data storage, authentication, hosting, image storage, etc. So the way this works is that we have our Vue application in the front end, the browser, and that is going to interact to the backend, the server, and that is going to be provided by Firebase. So the one service that we're going to use in this tutorial is the Firestore, and the Firestore is just one of these services provided by Firebase. It's a NoSQL database to store data in. And by NoSQL, I mean that the things that we store inside the database look like JavaScript objects. We don't store them in tables, in rows and columns, etc. We store them in collections, and we have lists of documents which look like JavaScript objects in those collections. And one cool thing about Firestore is that it allows us to update our application in real time. We can set up listeners to the database, and then our data is going to update in our applications on the fly without having to make multiple requests to the database. So that's really cool, and we will look at that later as well. So, like I said, we use collections and documents in this NoSQL Firestore database. So at a glance, it looks something like this. We have our database, and inside that we could have multiple different collections: users, projects, chats, cafes, ratings, depending on the application that we're creating. In our application, we're going to have a collection called projects to store all of our different projects in. So if we open that collection up, inside we're going to have a series of different documents, and each document is going to represent one single project. Now, when we create a document with Firestore, what it does is automatically assign that document a unique identifier. So Google Firestore automatically creates this for us. We don't need to worry about giving IDs to our different documents. Now, if we open up one of these documents, you can see, like I said, it looks very much like a JavaScript object. We have key value pairs. So for example, the title, the due date, the person, the status, and these can be different values. At the minute, all of these are strings, but we could store numbers or booleans, etc. So that's the basics of Firebase and Firestore. So what I'm going to show you now is how to actually set up a Firestore database. So the first thing you need to do to set up a Firestore database is head over to firebase.google.com and just a quick scroll down, and you're going to see all of the different features provided by Firebase. Like I said, we're just going to use the Cloud Firestore database over here. So you need to sign up for a free account if you don't already have one. Once you've done that, you'll see this little link at the top right saying go to console, so we'll do that. And this is going to take you to a list of your current projects. Now, if this is your first time making it, you're going to see no projects here, but you can click this to add a new project and just give this a name. I'm just going to call this Ninja, or rather to-do-ninja. Okay, so accept these terms and create the project. And this is just going to take a minute, but once it's complete, it's going to give you a link to go to your project dashboard. All right, so now press continue. And this is your project dashboard. So you can see we have all of these different features available to us on the left. Now we're just going to be using the database. So click on that, and let me just zoom in to make this bigger on your screen. And what we're going to do is use the Cloud Firestore database. There is an older version, the real-time database, which is quite similar, but Firestore is the one that Google are focusing on going forward. So let's create this database. And make sure you start in test mode. This is to do with the Firestore rules. And if we start in locked mode, then we're not going to be able to develop this very well and communicate with our database without setting up some kind of authentication. So I'm going to start in test mode, but do be warned, if you go to production ever with Firestore, you want to change your Firestore rules so that not just anyone can come in and edit your database. And in the future, I will in fact be doing a whole series on Firestore rules. So anyway, start in test mode for now and click enable. And then you'll see your Firestore database right here. So the first thing we need to do is to add a new collection over here. So click on add collection. We're going to call this projects, like so, and then click on next. And it's going to ask you to start off this collection by creating your first document in the collection. Now, don't worry about the document ID. I mentioned previously that this is auto-generated. And if we leave this blank, then Firestore is automatically going to generate this for us. So what we want is just the other fields. So remember, each project is going to have some content. It's going to have a due date, a person, a status, and a title. So let's just do a title first of all. This is the data type. So in our case, it's going to be a string. And then the value for this one is going to be something like code up the homepage. Okay, so we need to add a new field, this time the person. So we'll assign this to Chun-Li. And then the next field is going to be the status. We'll mark this down as complete. The next field is going to be the due date. Again, this is going to be a string. It could be some kind of timestamp, but I'm going to store these as string values. And I'm going to say 10th Jan 2019. And then finally, the content. Now, I'm not going to write out a load of content. Instead, I've got some zombie ipsum here. So let me just copy that. And I'm going to paste this in here. All right, so that's all of the fields we need. We've got a title, person, status, due date, and content. And they're all strings. So let's save that for now. And that's going to add this first document over here. And in a second, you're going to see this unique ID. So this thing right here, this is the ID that Firestore has auto-generated for us for this document. So it's inside the projects collection. We have the documents here. And when we click on a document, we see that document on the right over here. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's just add one more. So again, leave the ID. It's going to auto-generate that for us. So this one, and again, we don't need to do this in order. If I just do the content first this time, it doesn't really matter. It's still storing the same data. Let me just paste that zombie ipsum in. The title for this one will say new holding page. And then we'll say person. This is going to be Yoshi. And then down here we'll say the due date is going to be 1st December 2018, and then we'll say status is also complete. All right, let's save that. And now what I'm going to do is add one more. I'm not going to film me doing this because I think you get the gist of this by now. I'm going to add one more so that in the next lesson we have 3 documents to work with. And in the next video, what I'll do is also show you how to hook up this Firestore with our front end in Vue.js.